Good evening, students. Are you hearing?
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay. Listen, one information I want to give you all, that is you will prepare short answer type questions and MCQ questions for your exam. Maybe your online exam in semester, I don't know actually what will happen, but there is a chance of that you will get the MCQ questions and short answer type questions. So prepare it very well. Maybe that you will get the online exam, you may give in semester exam. So for that, MCQ questions and short answer type questions are very important for you all, and you all prepared that. I don't know what will happen, maybe long answer type question also, but that I will inform you later if I get any message. But prepare MCQ very well. Now, today I will start. So statistical mechanics, I have discussed the whole thing. So notes are also given. Now today I'm starting dielectrics. And the notes of statistical mechanics that is also given in WhatsApp. Now dielectrics. Dielectric material is an electrical insulator that can be polarized by an application of external electric field. So when a dielectric is placed in an electric field, the electric charges do not flow through the material as they do in a conductor, but only slightly shift from their average equilibrium position, causing dielectric polarization. So dielectric material is basically it is an insulator, electrical insulator. But if you put dielectric material in an external electric field, then dielectric polarization occurs. So what happens here? Here electric charges do not flow through the material as they do in a conductor, but the electrical charges slightly shift from their average equilibrium position, causing dielectric polarization. Due to dielectric polarization, the positive charges are displaced towards the field, towards the electric field, and the negative charges shift in opposite to the electric field. So if dielectric material is placed in an external electric field, if the dielectric material is placed in an external electric field, then the positive charges are displaced towards the field direction and the negative charges shift in the opposite field direction. This creates an internal electric field that reduces the overall field within the dielectric itself. Now, the study of the dielectric properties, it concerns the storage and the dissipation of electric and magnetic energy in materials. So dielectrics are very important for various phenomena. explaining the various phenomena in electronics, optics, and solid state physics. Now, what are the examples of dielectric material? Glass, rubber, mica, porcelain, polymers are some examples of dielectric. Now, polarization, dielectric polarization. Polarization is defined as the process of creating or inducing dipoles in a dielectric material by the application of external electric field. So, dielectric polarization is defined as the process of creating or inducing dipoles in a dielectric material by the external electric field. So, this is the definition of dielectric polarization. So, creating dipoles or inducing dipoles in a dielectric material, for that you have to apply external electric field. So, for dielectric material, for the polarization of the dielectric material, you need external electric field. Now, what will happen if an atom is placed in an external electric field? Then what will happen? In an atom, there is a positively charged nucleus, you know, that is positively charged nucleus here, and the charged nucleus at the center surrounded by electron orbiting electrons which are negatively charged. So we are considering that we have nucleus that is positively charged, and outside there are electrons which are negatively charged. In an absence of electric field, an isolated atom does not have any dipole moment. If we consider a single atom, then there is no dipole moment. If there is no electric field, we are considering one atom, say in the absence of electric field, there is no dipole moment of that isolated atom. But if let us explain later, if it is placed in electric field, then what will happen? But before that, why the dipole moment is zero? Because the centroids of the positive charge and negative charge, they coincide. So the centroid of positive charge and the negative charge, they coincide here. If there is no electric field, if the atom is isolated atom, that means there is no electric field outside that atom is not in surrounding of electric field. So the centroid of positive charge and the negative charge, they coincide. That is here electric field is zero. The center of negative charge and the positive charge, that is nucleus, they coincide. But here, if E not equal to zero, you know that if an atom is placed in an external electric field, then the positive charge, if an atom is placed in an external electric field, then the positive charge shifts towards the direction of C. That this is the direction of the electric field. This is the direction, show by arrow, E. So atom is placed in an external electric field. So the nucleus, that is positive charge, you know, when a dielectric is placed in an external electric field, then what happens? The positive charge shift to the direction of the field and the negative charge shift to the other direction of the field. So now we are considering one atom of the dielectric material. We are considering there are different atoms of dielectric material. Now we are considering only one atom of dielectric material, and here in this case, that is electric field is zero, and here electric field is not equal to zero, and the direction of the electric field is given in this direction. Now positive charge nucleus, what will happen when the atom is placed in an external electric field? The positive charge nucleus will shift to the direction of the field. Initially, see the nucleus is in the middle. Now here the nucleus is shifted where? To the direction. So this is the field direction, upper direction. So nucleus is shifted to the direction of the field, and the electrons, that is electron, that they are in the opposite direction. Now here, so now that causes dielectric polarization. That is that now there is dipole moment, because the centroid of positive charge and negative charge is not coinciding now. because the centroid, initially the centroid of positive and negative charge was coinciding, so the net dipole moment of an atom in zero electric field is zero. Now here dipole moment is created because nucleus is shifted to the field direction and the electrons are shifted opposite to the field direction, and this causes dipole, this shift causes dipole moment. You know, mu equal to q into this formula, dipole moment mu. So here there is, if electric field is zero, no polarization, but if E is not equal to zero, then there is polarization. We are considering now, up to this we have discussed here in this figure, we have discussed only one single atom of dielectric material when it is placed in a zero field and when it is placed in non-zero electric field. If the atom is placed in an external electric field, what I have discussed till now, that is written. If the atom is placed in an external electric field, the field will push the positively charged nucleus slightly in the direction of the field. That is, nucleus is shifted to the direction of the field and the negatively charged electrons in the opposite direction. The centroids of the positive and negative charges now no longer coincide, and as a result, electric dipole induced in the atom. As the centroid of the negative charge and positive charge, they are not coinciding, so dipole moment is created in dipole moment is induced in the atom. The amount of dipole moment induced, so what will be the amount of the dipole moment? It is proportional to the field. So field is larger, then the dipole moment is also larger, because large field displaces charges more. So mu equal to q into d. Q is that charge and d is that displacement. Now for the large field, this displacement of the positive charge and negative charge, this is large. So for large field, the dipole moment is also very high. The amount of dipole moment induced is proportional to the field, because a large field displaces larger. I mute your voice.
এর মধ্যে পার্পল প্যাকেট আছে না একটা নতুন, মানে একটা या দুটো ইউজ হবে। শুন না, এটার মধ্যে একটা या দুটো বাস আমি ইউজ করছি পার্পল। দেখ তো কটা আছে।
अंकिता म्यूट कर।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, নিউই প্যাকেট কটা আছে। হ্যালো
Now here, that is the centroid of the positive charge and negative charge, they are not coinciding, so giving dipole moment induced in an atom. And the field is larger field, the amount of dipole moment induced is proportional to the field, because for large field displaces the charges more than a smaller field. So this is, in this page, what we have discussed, that is the dipole moment of an isolated atom. When it is placed, atom of which? Atom of dipole moment, the atom of one dielectric material. In dielectric material, there are different atoms. If we consider one single atom of a dielectric material, and if we place it in an electric field, then dipole moment is induced inside the material. And for explaining that, we have considered only one atom, and it is similar to other atom also. So dipole moment is induced in each atom. Now, classification of dielectrics. There are two types of dielectrics, non-polar dielectrics and polar dielectrics. There are two types of dielectric, that is polar dielectric and non-polar dielectric. non-polar dielectric and polar dielectric. Here, a dielectric material in non-polar dielectric, a dielectric material in which there is no permanent dipole existence in the absence of the external electric field is called non-polar dielectric. So, in the absence, when there is no electric field, then there is no permanent dipole existence in non-polar dielectrics. So here, what are the examples? Oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and H2O2. For non-polar dielectrics, the center of gravity of the positive and negative charges of the molecules coincide. So such molecules do not have any permanent dipole moment. So what is the definition of non-polar dielectrics? A dielectric material in which there is no permanent dipole existence in the absence of electric external field is called the non-polar dielectrics. And these are the examples: oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, O2, H2, N2, CO2, H2O2. Now next it is polar dielectrics. Now polar dielectric, a dielectric material in which there is an existence of permanent dipole moment even in the absence of the external electric field. This is called polar dielectrics. So if there is no electric field, even in the absence of the external electric field, there exists permanent dipole moment. So they are called polar dielectrics. So electric field nahi bhi ho, if there is no electric field, even there exists permanent dipole moment. So they are called polar dielectrics. But here in non-polar dielectrics, there is no permanent dipole moment in the absence of the electric field. But in the absence of the electric field, there will exist permanent dipole moment. So that is called polar dielectric. They are called polar dielectrics. Now for polar dielectrics, the center of gravity of the positive charges is separated by a distance from that of negative charges. So such molecule possess permanent electric dipole moment. Now, what are the examples of polar dielectric? H2O, NaCl, HCl, CO. That means NaCl, Na plus and Cl minus. So plus E and minus E, that is the electron is, that is E plus E and minus is separated by some distance. So mu equal to QD, dipole moment is mu equal to Q, that is the charge into that distance, separation distance. So here they are the examples of polar dielectrics. So in polar dielectrics, even in the absence of the field, there exists permanent dipole moment. So example, these are the examples. Now next, you have to know what do you mean by, if you know dielectric, then dielectric material, then you have to know what is the dielectric constant. Now the definition I am giving you. The capacitor, now here I am coming to parallel plate capacitor. A capacitor consisting of two parallel conducting plates. The area of the plates is AA and the plates are separated by a distance small a, by a distance small d. So we are considering two parallel plate capacitor and having two conducting plates, and the area of the each plate is capital A, and the two plates are separated by a distance small d. Now if there is vacuum between the plates of the parallel plate capacitor, if there is vacuum in between the plates, then in that case the capacitance of the capacitor, 0 means vacuum. 0 means vacuum. So C0. C0 means the capacitor, capacitance of the capacitor in vacuum. So C0. That is equal to what? Epsilon 0 A by D. What is the A? A is the area of the plate and small d is the distance between the two plates. Now what is epsilon 0? Epsilon 0 is the permittivity of free space. So free space capacitance, that is when in parallel plate capacitor is filled between, air is filled between the vacuum, that is vacuum is in between the capacitor plates, there is vacuum, then in that condition capacitance of the capacitor is given by epsilon 0 A by D, and epsilon 0 is the permittivity of free space. Now if we are considering same parallel plate capacitor, now in between the two plates, if we are putting dielectric material, so you have two parallel plate capacitor, you have parallel plate capacitor, and in between the two plates initially it was vacuum, and now what is given in between dielectric material is placed. Then if dielectric material is placed, then what will be the capacitance of the capacitor in that condition? C equal to epsilon A by D. Now epsilon is what? This is the permittivity of the dielectric. The dielectric material that is kept between the parallel plate capacitor, that is its permittivity is epsilon. Now, in two conditions, we have the value of C0 and C. So C0 is the capacitance value when in between two capacitor plates there is vacuum, and C is the capacitance of the capacitor when the in between two parallel plates there is dielectric material of permittivity epsilon. Now, if we take the ratio, that is the dielectric constant, that is the definition of dielectric constant. Now, K equal to what? C by C0. K is the dielectric constant and it is the ratio of C by C0. So, if you divide it C by C0, then you are getting epsilon by epsilon 0. So, dielectric constant is also the ratio of epsilon by epsilon 0, that is permittivity of the dielectric material to the permittivity of free space, or the ratio of the capacitance of the capacitor when it is filled by vacuum, when it is filled by dielectric material, and when it is filled by vacuum, then the ratio of the two, it is known as dielectric constant. So the dielectric constant of a material, it is the ratio of the capacitance of a given capacitor completely filled with that material to the capacitance of the same capacitor in vacuum. So this is the ratio of the two capacitance in when dielectric material is placed and when C0, that is vacuum, is in between the plates. Now here the ratio of permittivity of the medium, that it is also the true ratio of the permittivity of the medium, epsilon by epsilon 0. So this is known as dielectric constant, and or it is sometimes called relative permittivity, and sometimes it is called as epsilon r. So K equal to epsilon r, or K dielectric constant. You can say it dielectric constant, you can say it relative permittivity, or you can say it epsilon r. And this is dielectric constant, it is dimensionless quantity. Dielectric constant is dimensionless quantity. It may be 1000, it may be 10,000, it may be 550,000. So it has no dimension. Dielectric constant has no dimension, and it is the ratio of the two capacitance, and or it is the ratio of the two permittivity. Now, polarization vector or polarization density. Now coming to polarization vector or polarization density. Now, earlier I told you that is dipole moment, it is defined as mu equal to q into d. Dipole moment mu equal to q into d, where q is the magnitude of the charge. Magnitude of the charge, and small d, where q is the magnitude of the charge and small d is the distance separating between the pair of two opposite charges. That is plus q, in one side is plus q, in another side it is minus q, and the distance between the plus q and minus q, that is small d. Now the dipole moment, that is mu equal to q into d. Now polarization vector measures the extent of polarization in a unit volume of dielectric material. Polarization vector measures the extent of polarization in a unit volume of dielectric material. Polarization vector also, it is also defined as induced dipole moment per unit volume of the dielectric material. So you will just remember this one, this definition. So polarization vector, or it is sometimes called polarization density. So polarization, it may be given defined polarization vector or polarization density. So density means per unit volume, idea will come. So polarization per unit volume, that idea you will get. So polarization vector is defined as induced dipole moment per unit volume. So induced dipole moment per unit volume of the dielectric. So this is the definition of polarization vector or polarization density. So induced dipole moment per unit volume of the dielectric material, that is known as polarization vector or polarization density. Now I'm proving the expression. Now come here. If a dielectric slab, we are taking one dielectric slab, the thickness of the slab is small d and the volume of the slab is V. Capital V is the volume of the slab and the thickness of the slab is small d. And it is kept between the plates of a capacitor, and that you know that parallel plate capacitor we are taking, and in between the parallel plate capacitor we are putting one dielectric slab. What is the thickness of the slab? That is the small d is the thickness of the slab and v is the volume of the slab. Then the dipole moment is what? Q into d, where plus q and minus q are induced charges on the respective faces of the slab. Plus q and minus q are the induced charges on the respective faces of the which slab? Dielectric slab, whose volume is v and the thickness is small d. Now you know polarization vector or polarization density equal to dipole moment induced per unit volume. So dipole moment means mu by v, and what is the value of mu? That is equal to qd. So it is qd by v. Now here qd is same, remains same in the numerator, and denominator v equal to volume, so it is area. A is the area of the plate and d is the thickness of the, sorry, here what is the v? Volume of that slab, dielectric slab. So what is the volume of the dielectric slab? That is, if A is the area of the slab and D is the thickness of the slab, if A is the area of the slab and D is the thickness of the slab, then what we are writing, that P equal to QA, by in place of V we are writing small a capital A into small d. Now P equal to what? DD cancels, and now it remains Q by A. So it is P equal to Q by A equal to, so polarization vector or polarization density equal to Q by A, and we are writing it is sigma P, and we are writing it as sigma P, sigma suffix P. So it is surface charge density of the slab. Sigma P is written as, we can say it, that is surface charge density of the slab. So polarization vector or polarization density, it is written in the, it can be written in terms of surface charge density of the slab. So polarization is also defined as the induced surface charge per unit area. So this is the surface charge, Q is the induced surface charge, A is the area of the slab, so per unit area. So it can be, it is also P is written as dipole moment per unit volume, so QD by V. Also it can be written as induced surface charge, because plus Q and minus Q are the induced charges in the respective faces of the slab. So P equal to Q by A we have proved, and we are writing this as sigma P. So Q is the induced surface charge and A is the area of the slab. So polarization vector or polarization density, it is also defined as induced surface charge per unit area. And what is the unit of polarization vector? And what is the unit of polarization vector or polarization density? The unit of polarization vector or polarization density, the unit of polarization vector or polarization density, it is given by Q is the, what is the unit of this? This is Coulomb, and A is per meter square. So Coulomb per meter square. So unit of polarization vector or polarization density, it is Coulomb per meter square. So it may be given in MCQ in this sense, that in some places it may be given polarization vector is defined as induced surface charge per unit area. It may be given, or it may be given polarization vector is defined as dipole moment per unit volume. So both the definitions you have to remember, otherwise it will be given in exam, you will not be able to answer. So you have to total define. So two definition in terms of surface charge density of the slab and in terms of dipole moment. So induced dipole moment per unit volume or the induced surface charge per unit area. So unit is Coulomb per meter square. Now susceptibility. The strength of the polarization is directly proportional to the applied electric field. Strength of the polarization vector or polarization density, that is the strength of the polarization. It is proportional to the applied electric field for dielectrics. Now P is proportional to the applied electric field. Now we are putting some constant or proportionality, and we are removing that proportionality sign, and P equal to what we are writing, epsilon 0 chi E into E. Epsilon 0 into chi E, that is the constant or proportionality, and removing that proportionality constant we have written here equal to, so P equal to epsilon 0 chi E into E, where chi E is the electric susceptibility of the medium And here chi E is the electric susceptibility of the medium, and chi is dimensionless parameter. So electrical susceptibility is dimensionless parameter, and what is the value of chi E? That is P by epsilon 0 E. So the value of chi E equal to P by epsilon 0 E. So it is written here. So electrical susceptibility is defined as this. Now polarizability. Let us consider, and I have defined it earlier, let us consider an individual atom of a dielectric material, and the material is subjected to an electric field E. The strength of the dipole induced. So there are different atoms of the dielectric material. If we considering one single atom, then the strength of the dipole induced in that atom is proportional to the actual field acting on the particle. Now here, polarizability. Mu is what? Mu is the dipole moment. It is proportional to E. So E is greater, dipole moment is greater. So here, mu is proportional to E. Now alpha is some proportionality constant we are writing. Actually, it was initially mu proportional to E. Mu is the dipole moment and E is the electric field. Now mu equal to, removing that proportionality sign, we are writing alpha. This is alpha, not proportional sign. This is alpha. So mu equal to alpha E. And this is known as polarizability. This alpha is proportionality constant and it is known as polarizability. Now here, if there are n number of atoms in a dielectric material in unit volume, so if there are n number of atoms per unit volume of the dielectric, if there are n number of atoms per unit volume of the dielectric, then the polarization vector, it is P equal to N into mu. So what is polarization vector? So mu equal to what? Mu is the dipole moment for each atom. Mu is the dipole moment for each atom. If there are n number of atoms, then n into mu, but we are writing it in per unit volume. N number of atoms per unit volume, because we don't know what will be the total number of atoms. So we are considering per unit volume. So if the mu is the dipole moment of each atom, and if we have n number of atoms per unit volume of the dielectric material, then polarization vector equal to n into mu. So the total dipole moment. So mu plus mu plus mu plus mu plus, in this way n number of atoms, so it is n mu. Again, you know, mu equal to alpha into E, so putting that mu equal to alpha E here. So it is n alpha E. And again, according to the definition of susceptibility, electrical susceptibility, you know, P equal to epsilon 0 into chi E into E. And we are putting here epsilon 0 chi E into E. So in one side, from the susceptibility condition, we know P equal to epsilon 0 chi into E, and from polarizability we know P equal to N into alpha into E. So ultimately, what is the expression of alpha? The expression of alpha equal to epsilon 0 chi E by N. So remember this one. This is the polarizability. So in terms of, this is also the relation between susceptibility, chi E, and polarizability. This is the relation between polarizability and susceptibility. Now today I am discussing up to this, and tomorrow are you free? At 12? I'm asking to the students, are you free from 12 tomorrow, 12 noon? Or I will take the class in the evening?
Evening, ma'am.
Evening, then 7 p.m. tomorrow?
Yes.
So tomorrow 7 p.m. again I will take the class. So before that I have given whole note. It is given in your WhatsApp group. So up to here I have discussed alpha equal to epsilon 0 chi E by N. Then read it very carefully, and what I have done, the attendance is not very good. Say today is 42, so what I have created, this total lecture now I am uploading to YouTube. Have you watched that thing?
Yes, ma'am.
So for those students who are doing the classes, then okay, but who are not doing the classes, then but you have to do the classes, because I have already given your CA3 marks. I have given it by for after few days you will you can see that which marks is given. You can see using your ID and password. And lab marks I will also give, but I am considering the attendance. Who are not attending the classes regularly, then they may be in problem. So attend the classes, and for your side, that will help you. So the link I am also given, so you can go through that if you miss anything. And also the notes are also given in WhatsApp. Statistical after this, that is the end of the syllabus. Actually, dielectrics, tomorrow I will discuss dielectric, and tomorrow will be the end of dielectric. Then only one chapter remaining, that is the Maxwell equation, and 3 to 4 lectures in need. So I will end the syllabus. Then what I will do, I'm thinking that initially when I was not taking the class through Zoom, I gave you some note. Some note was given. So that in Google Classroom. So that portion of the quantum mechanics, I am thinking that I will discuss. So what is your opinion? The opinion of the students? Ankita?
मैम अगर सेमेस्टर का मतलब कि क्वेश्चन वगैरह है तो वो सब दीजिएगा तब तो अच्छा
तो
है।
सुनो, सेमेस्टर का क्वेश्चन वगैरह मतलब हम जो भी बोल रहे हैं, दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट। देखो अभी जो है, अभी जो पढ़ाए हैं उसमें इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है, क्वेश्चन जो है वो आएगा कि व्हाट इज डाइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल, ओके, व्हाट इज डाइलेक्ट्रिक पोलराइजेशन, व्हाट इज पोलराइजेशन वेक्टर, ओके, आई टोल्ड यू व्हाट इज द डायमेंशन, or what is polarizability, what is susceptibility. This type of short answer you will get, or it may be given in MCQ also. So up to this, so in every class I am discussing. Again, we have time, so we can repeat, we can discuss the question answer. I can't say actually your syllabus has changed from the last 1 year or half or 2 years, but before that it was included in the second year, and there also the questions what when actually first year and second year syllabus is total. Now here it is mixed, and it is given in only first year. So from that portion, I can't give you the questions. Actually, it is you will get the question in 1 year or 2 year questions you will get. But I have the second year questions, first year questions. So what are the questions in these topics, in these chapters that I can discuss that may be given in semester exam in this way. So we have time, so we'll gradually repeat the classes, and I will also discuss, we will go through the revision. We will also go through some tests. So I will also ask you directly, they tell me the answer, only the interactive class, then I will take after the completion. Okay, so whatever I am discussing till now, just read it very carefully, what I am saying. I am giving the links also. So go through that, and tomorrow a class from 7 p.m. and on dielectric, and there tomorrow I will discuss from this portion types of the polarization, electronic polarization, ionic polarization, oriental shell polarization. If you get time, just read it, the remaining portion, and I will discuss this, and the next of dielectric material, dielectric, I will also discuss, and after completing dielectric I'll go to the Maxwell equation. And again, I will again come to the quantum mechanics chapter portion, that is de Broglie wavelength, that wave velocity, group velocity. In this way, we'll also discuss all these things. So, see you tomorrow, all of you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. So tomorrow 7 p.m. I will take the class again. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, read it very carefully. I have given the notes, and discuss tomorrow again dielectric material. Okay, leaving the meeting. Okay.